Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're looking for a place with easy, inexpensive DIYs, you have come to the right place. I have so many fun projects prepared for you guys today, and we're going to start off with an easy tray that cost me only $3. And for the backbone of my tray, I'm going to be using two wooden signs from the Dollar Tree. I have used them before during the holiday season, so I'm just reusing them. And this is actually the bottom of the tray, so I'm adding additional paint stir stick to make sure that it's nice and sturdy and the two pieces hold together nicely, just like this. I'm going to be using 3 boxes of the wooden blocks from the Dollar Tree, and I'll be putting them together in pairs. So put 2 together and make as many of the 2 pairs as you possibly can. And I thought that the straight edge was very helpful, so I actually ended up using the straight edge to put them all together in the pairs of 2s. And here you have it. I have a bunch of them, and now I can start designing. And I'm using wooden glue to attach them to the surface and also attach them to each other. The wooden glue is giving me more play if I have to shift them a little bit, and it's a good thing that I did use wooden glue, because you will see that I'm making mistake a couple of times, and I have to go back and rearrange the blocks. It's actually pretty funny how confusing it was for me in the beginning, and then you get in the groove of things like this one that I just put down. No, it doesn't go there. But did I realize that? No, I didn't. I'm going to realize in just a minute, but not yet. Okay, now things are moving a little bit better, and you just have to keep on adding them and shifting them in the design that you like. I thought that this was a pretty cool design and decided to stick through it. Well, let me tell you, if you see those wooden blocks at your Dollar Tree, grab a bunch of them. There are so many cool projects that you can make with them. But for some reason, my Dollar Tree doesn't always carry those wooden blocks, and I thought that grabbing 3 packs was a lot. No, it wasn't, because I used them all for this project. And now I don't have any left. And when your beautiful design is all said and done, grab a ruler and mark all the ends that you're going to be cutting, and do it on all 4 sides. And there you have it. I cut all 4 sides with my saw, and I also sanded the top, and you can see on the right hand side there are a couple of little pieces that I'm missing. Not a big deal. I'm gonna go with the wood putty to fill in small gaps, and for those bigger ones I'm just gonna take a handsaw and cut off little pieces and fill them in just like this. Not a big deal at all, and any imperfections can be sanded down. And now it's time to start working on my wooden frame, and I'm going to be using wood glue to attach the blocks to the tray and also to attach them to each other. So I'm going to be adding glue to them and attaching them, going around until I have a frame that has been created. And you're gonna get to the end and it's kind of funky looking. You have to trim it. You just have to go and figure out the best fit for your block, mark it with a pencil and cut it, and you go to the next, and the same thing probably will happen. It's very unlikely that you're gonna have precise dimensions, so you just have to kind of adjust yourself and cut smaller pieces. Not a big deal, just like that. And after we have a frame, you know, that we're going to put another layer of the blocks in the subway style, so they're going to be overlapping each other. And here you can see the second one that I put, the one at the bottom, is kind of thinner than the other ones. Not a big deal. Again, we will fill it with wood putty, but here I kind of wanted to show you guys how I'm going to be layering them, so you'll see how the pattern is going to look on the side. So there you go, they're going to be layered just like that, and we're going to have a nice lip going all around the tray. Now for the handles, I'm going to use 2 blocks put together, and the third one I'm going to put dead smack in the middle, and that is going to be a handle, and I'm going to create 2 of those. To ensure that the handles are in the center of the tray, I'm measuring the center on both sides of my tray, and I'm marking it with a pencil. Now I'm grabbing my handles and I'm measuring the center of my handles. I'm going to also mark it with a pencil, and I'm just gonna grab my second handle and basically copy exactly what I did on the first one. It's easier that way. Both centers marked on the handles and on the tray, I am ready to add some glue to the bottom of the tray and place it on the tray. And now, because I have 2 lines, I'm just gonna line them up just like that, and that's how I get a perfect placement on my tray. And I started staining it in dark walnut, which I absolutely love that stain. And if you have any grooves in between the woods, just take a brush and get in there with a brush. It just came out so nice. I love it. And look at that. Can you believe that I made it for $3? Actually under, because I didn't even use 3 packs of those blocks. But it looks so beautiful, whether you're gonna just use it for display or actually put a nice drink and some cookies for your friends when they come over. I was just so pleased with it, and it was really probably one of my bigger wooden projects, and I love it. Well, off to the next DIY, which really, that sign gave me such a heartache. I tried so many different things with it and I could not figure out what to do with it. So I decided, okay, glue gun and moss will do the trick. And boy, did I really love the way it came out. So I'm just applying glue gun to the metal parts, and I'm adding my moss to it. And yes, it looks like a total mess, but that's okay, just keep on going. We'll go back and fix everything. But for now, just a ton of moss and a ton of glue gun. It looks like a mess, doesn't it? But that's okay. And I actually am gonna go back in and add more glue gun to the parts that are showing and add more moss to it. And now my favorite part, I just love trimming moss, and all those little pieces that are coming off, actually we're going to use them in just 1 second. But I totally love trimming it. And then I realized, well, when you flip it over and you see the letters so much better, it is much easier to trim it that way. So I just went around every letter and gave it a nice trim. And now you can see that they are all nicely trimmed. I decided that I'm going to spray some spray adhesive from the Dollar Tree, and I'm using all those little pieces that I trimmed to add even more to the sign. And I really think that it made a huge difference because it filled up all those little parts that were showing or not fully covered. Came out great. Now, being some furring strips, actually it's 1 furring strip, which is a great deal at Home Depot, and I'm going to cut two 15.5-inch pieces and two 9-inch pieces, and I'm going to stain it in dark walnut. Now to put them together, I am going to use glue gun together with the wood glue, and it's very simple, just basic creating a frame. So there's not much to it, just have to make sure that you add the glue gun because you get this instant bond, and then you have the wood glue for the longevity. And those furring strips are amazing deal at Home Depot. They are $1.39 like I said, and for this I didn't even use a whole strip, and they come in different sizes. The one that I'm using here is 1 by 2 inches wide. Now I'm going to leave it for 24 hours. I'm using clamps to hold it together so that it's nice and sturdy. And here I'm using screws that are less than 1 inch long because I'm going to be screwing them. Actually, I'm going to take a piece of chain from one of the planters hangers from the Dollar Tree, the chain hanger that has 3 chains going down with the little hooks at the bottom. That's what I'm using. It's actually 1 chain link and the little hook. So that's what I'm screwing in 2 places on my frame, and it's going to create this really neat device to hang my sign on. So you can see the sign already has the little loops, so I am able to attach the hooks from the planter hanger to my sign, and there you go. I am loving the way it came out, and it's nice and sturdy, and it's beautiful. I absolutely love it, and I think that we can probably change it for different time of the year, different seasons, different verbiage. I think it came out great. And moss, oh my gosh, I love working with moss, so I was so glad that I was able to do it with this project. And if we go to the next project, I'm using the heart-shaped glass vase from the Dollar Tree. I already glue gunned a piece of foam into it, and all those beautiful flowers from the Dollar Tree. I love the flowers that they carry. The colors are so beautiful, and I'm going to have the flowers in a kind of going from the dark purple to the pink to the very, very, very barely there pink. I had this vision and I just loved it. And there you have it, all my beautiful flowers. And now I can just go in and add the little flowers to kind of bring everything together and put all the colors together. And I thought it was just very, very pretty. And now I decided to grab nautical rope and glue it to the outside of the vase. And now you may want to do that before you add all the flowers, but I already had everything in there. I didn't want to take it out. So honestly, you can work on this vase itself probably before you put the flowers inside of it. I think it would be much easier. So the nautical rope goes around it. Not sure what I'm gonna do with the bottom yet, but it's okay, I'll figure it out. Now I'm going to add my ribbon after the nautical rope. So again, I'm going to glue gun it all around so that it's nicely wrapped around the entire vase. And there you have it. It's starting to look so pretty. So you just have to trim it at the bottom and finish it off, and that's that. Now I decided that I'm going to put the nautical rope on the other end at the bottom of the vase as well, because I decided that I'm just going to turn it into a hanging piece as an option. So here I am. You cannot see it very well, but I'm basically gluing it to the bottom part of the vase, and you will see just in 1 second how it actually looks from the side. And there you have it. So you basically have nautical rope, you have the ribbon, and then nautical rope. And that's how we're going to create a hanging mechanism. And on the very bottom of the hanging part, I'm just gluing a piece of the rope which I unraveled, so it's much thinner, and I'm going to wrap it around the 2 ropes twice. See, so it's nice and it's very simple, it's clean looking, and it holds it together. And finally it came to me what to do for the bottom part. Well, why don't I just unravel it and just create one big mess? And that mess actually came out beautifully, and it looks gorgeous hanging on the wall. Or you can display it on the shelf or on the tray that you just made, whatever you want to do. Well, my friends, I really hope you enjoy the projects today. I think that they came out so fun. The love sign, you can interchange it for different seasons. The tray came out fantastic, and so did the hanger. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that if you did, you subscribe. And till next time, my friends, ta-ta.